Hello Halsa Heroes and welcome to the Halsa Health Show, where we help your body play at 100%. Today we are talking about migraines and marathons, and to help me with the discussion we have the incomparable Dr. Jess Hambly, who's come here all the way from Australia and now works as a part of the Halsa team. Welcome, Dr. Jess.
Thank you, Dr. Quinton.
So you may have noticed in this week's news there has been an update about migraines and a new drug which they're trialing to get people to have a better response to the medication and that the migraines occur with less of a frequency. Now, we're not saying that drugs are a bad thing, but we offer an alternative. Migraines have many different causes. In fact, we don't really know where they come from, right?
Yeah, it's true.
Some people say it's got something to do with histamine. Some people say it's got something to do with hormones. It's a bit of a we don't really know.
It's a grey area.
It is a grey area. So when somebody comes in with migraines, what is your normal approach? What do you do?
Well, first thing I'm looking for, obviously with migraines, is we want to make sure that there's clear blood flow and nerve supply to the head.
Yes, exactly.
So I'm always checking the function of the cervical spine. We want to make sure that those joints are moving well, because if we can release any kind of muscle tension, if we can maximise the blood flow through the skull in that way, then that can certainly go a long way to minimising migraines in terms of frequency and intensity.
Exactly. And I used to say to my clients as well that if they have a migraine, one of the best things to do is to come to us as soon as possible. Because we know that if we can catch it within the first 30 minutes, we have a very good chance of stopping that migraine in its tracks.
Yes.
And then, of course, hydration is a very big thing.
Absolutely.
And ideally, we don't want people going onto drugs for migraines because we know that it's not a long-term solution.
Absolutely.
Have you had, I'm sure you have had great success with migraine clients coming in the clinic?
Yes, in fact, it's one of my favourite clients to work with actually, because I've seen just how debilitating migraines can be. So it's always actually quite a privilege to be able to have an influence on that and improve that quality of life. And like you were saying, there's so many factors that can influence migraines. There can be physical stresses, it can be nutritional stresses, it can be emotional. So the more of those that we can identify and minimise, the better results we're going to have.
That's it. So we know as chiropractors we can help. We know that when we work together with physiotherapists, they help reduce muscular tension. So it's a massive impact that we can have.
Absolutely.
So people can rely less on those drugs.
Yes.
So the other thing that can help with migraines is exercise, right? We know that that's a very, very good combatant for migraines setting in.
Yeah.
So here's some good news. Dr. Jess is about to run a marathon in Disneyland in Paris. So that's what we're here to talk about, because we know a lot of marathons are happening at the moment and we want to get people involved, and we want to get involved in their training and their rehabilitation and preparation for the marathons.
Absolutely.
So with preparation, what are you doing to get ready for this marathon?
Right, so I have never run a marathon before.
Good luck with that.
So we're starting from scratch. So what I'm doing at the moment is I'm using an app, because sometimes it's just really handy. So I'm going through a training regime. So at the moment I'm running at different speeds and different distances over a period of time to try and build up my body for the longer distances. I'm seeing one of the chiropractors at Halsa Windsor. He's taking care of me twice a week, which has been great, just because of the high impact and the extra strain on my joints. Keeping those moving has just meant that as I try and push harder, I'm not getting an injury. And I'm also seeing one of the physios, just in terms of keeping my muscles as limber as possible, keeping those pressures off the joint. I'm watching my nutrition. I'm minimising all of my sugar, because I know that just crashes my energy really quickly. So a lot of protein, a lot of greens, sort of trying to be as fit as humanly possible.
Get your body functioning at 100% before you go through.
Yes, exactly. We don't want to crash on the day.
I know a lot of people who run a lot, they've got a lot of ITB problems, especially getting ready for a marathon. Do you have any tips on that, like how to avoid that? Or if they do get it, what can they do for treatment?
Yes, actually, I was having issues with my ITB on the left. Dr. Rory at Windsor actually identified that my foot was rolling in, and he actually was able to adjust the bone in my foot to have my foot sitting better. So a lot of it is about alignment in the feet. A lot of it is about the running shoes that you're wearing. So I made sure that I got new shoes to start the training, because if you're wearing old shoes or if your posture wasn't right in the old shoes, they can naturally get you to roll in. And the physios also have me on a stretching regime as well, so I make sure that I do a small warm-up beforehand and a much larger warm down afterwards to help keep everything stretched.
Are you using the dreaded foam roller?
I am, yes.
Because there's a lot of controversy about that. Some people say it's a good thing, some people say it's a bad thing. I know that it really hurts when I use it,
Yeah.
but the benefit is there.
That's it. And the ITB, it's such a strong piece of connective tissue. There's only so much influence we can have over it, but that's why it's painful, is because that lactic acid builds up. So if I want to use my body that hard, I've got to be prepared to condition it afterwards.
Exactly. So one other thing about a marathon is they say it's one of the biggest things is that it's a mental challenge. That like when you get to that 30-kilometer mark, you're like, I just want to stop.
Yes.
Do you have any tips for that? How can you break through a barrier like that? What can you do to prepare for that?
That's a really good question, and I'm still preparing for that, to be fair, because the longest I've ever run before is 14 kilometres. So this is going to be much longer. It's going to be
interesting.
Yeah, in one go. And for me, I really enjoy music because I find that just gives me something else to focus on. I think that's also going to be the joy of running in the Disneyland setting, is I'm going to be distracted by the bright lights and colours and people. And
Mickey Mouse, you know.
Yeah, and I think that's also part of your training, is once you can prove to yourself and to your body that you can do it, is then being able to remind yourself on game day that I've been here, I've done this, we can do it again.
That's amazing.
Yes.
So we want to wish you all the best for this. And I know that you're also doing a vlog for us, aren't you? So we're going to be able to catch up with what's going on with your training.
Yes, so basically to help a lot of my other patients through their marathon training, I thought I'd show them what I'm doing and all of the highs and the lows of the whole process.
Yeah. It's going to be amazing, though. You're going to get through and it's going to be phenomenal.
Yes.
So we have a little gift for you because it's Disneyland and we want you to shine on the day.
Okay.
We thought we would give you a traveling tiara, yes, to take with you.
Oh, thank you.
And
fantastic.
to hopefully wear while you're running your marathon and to remind you of us here waiting for your success. So we wish you all the best and thank you so much for coming on the show.
Oh, you're so welcome. Thank you for having me.
So we will see you again soon on the next episode of the Halsa Health Show. Have a lovely week.